moon has a diameter of 3,474 kilometers. Saturn is 116,460 kilometers, 33 times larger. But size in the sky doesn't just depend on big or small, it also depends on distance. If Saturn stood at the exact position of the moon, 3,400 kilometers from Earth, it would fill the sky in a way that nothing prepares you for. Saturn's planetary rings would span beautifully across 1/3 of the entire sky width on each side. Let's put the hard scientific numbers on the table first. Our actual moon occupies 0.5 degrees of the night sky. That tiny angular size is exactly why you can easily cover the full moon with your outstretched thumb. But Saturn, just the core planetary body without its magnificent ring system, would occupy 17 degrees, 34 times larger than the moon. Its rings stretch across 40 degrees of the celestial dome. From the horizon to the zenith is 90 degrees, meaning this structure fills nearly half the sky. To compare, the sun seen from Earth occupies only 0.5 degrees, exactly the same as the moon. Saturn's rings would be 80 times wider than the sun. Nothing in the history of human vision has ever witnessed an object this massive dominating the sky. One of the strangest anomalies would happen to darkness itself. Every afternoon, as the sun sets in the west, casting its signature orange-red light, Saturn simultaneously rises on the opposite eastern horizon, its massive golden disk ascending over the terrain. This creates two immense light sources at opposite ends of the world, meaning your shadows will fall in two completely opposite directions at once. The tree will have two distinct shadows heading in completely opposite directions. The house will have two shadows. A person standing outside will have two shadows. Nothing on Earth has ever created this phenomenon before. Only planets with multiple suns experience this, and until now, we've only known them in science fiction. This is the part that isn't in other videos on this topic. Tides on Earth are created by the moon's gravity. The highest tide on Earth fluctuates about 16 meters every day. Now, Saturn is 5,765 times heavier than the moon. Place it at the same distance, the tidal force acting on Earth will be 5,765 times stronger. 16-meter maximum tide multiplied by 5,765 equals an unimaginable tidal surge of approximately 92 kilometers. Not 92 meters, 92 kilometers. This massive wave would move inland with absolute, unstoppable momentum, erasing entire geographic regions. Ho Chi Minh City sits 50 kilometers inland from the coast. It is not nearly enough. The city's low plains would be completely submerged under the ocean twice every single day. Hanoi is located 120 kilometers from the sea. Still not enough. The pure scale of Saturn's tidal force defies any natural barrier on our planet. No coastal civilization on Earth could survive with Saturn in the moon's place. Every harbor, every beach, every maritime city would be permanently erased. But not everything is a disaster. On nights when Saturn is fully illuminated, the world will never truly be dark again. Saturn reflects solar light far more efficiently than our rocky moon and is 33 times larger in the sky. A Saturn night will be about 50 times brighter than a standard full moon night. It would be bright enough to read a book outside at midnight. Bright enough to see true colors, not the gray world of regular moonlight, but vivid hues dyed in the golden amber of Saturn. And reflecting under the lake's surface, Saturn's rings would extend from one horizon to another, curving beautifully along the glassy water. No artist, no AI, no imagination can prepare you for that sight, and it would happen every single night. A solar eclipse caused by our moon is a brief, magical event, lasting a maximum of 7 minutes and 32 seconds. But an eclipse caused by Saturn is a completely different phenomenon. Because Saturn is 33 times larger in the sky, it blocks out a massive portion of the celestial dome. This total midday darkness wouldn't last minutes, it would drag on for several hours. As the core of the planet completely hides the solar disk, The sun's brilliant rays continue to strike the outer ice rings, creating a spectacular glowing halo effect. Even in the deepest shadow, light finds a path. The 5,000-kilometer-wide gap of the Cassini division allows a solid beam of golden sunlight to slash right through the darkness. This produces a mesmerizing symphony of light and shadow in the sky, but on the ground, the prolonged absence of sunlight causes temperatures to plummet instantly, disrupting global agriculture. As the hours-long eclipse concludes, the sudden re-emergence of the sun delivers a blinding flash of light, shocking an ecosystem plunged into artificial night. Terrestrial life relies on strict circadian rhythms. A multi-hour eclipse, followed by a sky permanently dominated by a massive gas giant, would trigger severe ecological chaos. But the visual anomalies are nothing compared to the invisible war of gravity. At this close proximity, Saturn's immense mass begins to warp the very shape of our planet. Earth is no longer a perfect sphere. Pulled by a force nearly 6,000 times stronger than the Moon, its crust and oceans stretch, transforming our home into a slightly egg-shaped planet. More dangerously, Saturn dismantles the stability of our world. Our 23.5-degree axial tilt, which gives us our predictable 4 seasons, begins to violently wobble. With our axial tilt thrown into uncontrolled fluctuations, seasons would lose all predictability. Summers would turn into catastrophic, scorching events, pushing global temperatures to unlivable extremes. Conversely, months later, the runaway wobble would plunge the opposite side of the globe into an immediate, catastrophic ice age, burying thriving metropolises under meters of unyielding frost. The extreme thermal differences between the scorching summers and freezing winters would spark global hyperhurricanes, tearing across continents with speeds never before recorded in human history. Without stable seasons, predictable weather, or safe coastlines, global agriculture would completely collapse. The fundamental life support systems of human civilization would simply cease to function. And so, we face the ultimate cosmic paradox. Saturn in our night sky would create the most beautiful vista human eyes could ever behold, and the most dangerous environment our species has ever faced. This is the most fascinating aspect of cosmic what-if scenarios. The ultimate answers is never simply about being more beautiful or more dangerous. The reality is that it is both at the exact same time. As we look at this world from above, the delicate balance of our existence becomes instantly visible. Saturn in the Moon's place would provide the most beautiful night sky human eyes could ever behold, and simultaneously, the single most dangerous environment our species has ever faced. And perhaps that is what the cosmos teaches us every single time, that the most breathtakingly beautiful things and the most terrifyingly dangerous forces are often the exact same thing.
Saturn is 33 times larger than the Moon. It's already got 10 times larger. Hit by gentle ice rings. Vote for it. Part 3 arrives next week.
If Saturn was an overwhelming shock, Jupiter is a cosmic absolute. Its planetary core spans 21 degrees across our night sky, 41 times larger than the Moon. And at its center swirls the Great Red Spot, a monstrous atmospheric hurricane 16,000 kilometers wide, large enough to swallow the entire planet Earth whole. Orbiting this giant are its 4 largest moons, Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto, appearing as brilliant sharp jewels tracking across the terracotta sky. But with 41 times the lunar size comes a gravitational nightmare. Jupiter's crushing mass would immediately begin tearing Earth's ecosystem apart. The night sky would become a theater of supreme cosmic beauty, and the ultimate countdown to our planet's destruction. If Saturn's tides were catastrophic, Jupiter's gravity is an absolute death sentence. A tidal force thousands of times stronger would turn our oceans into an unstoppable global wave, instantly erasing entire continents. Beyond gravity, Jupiter's lethal radiation belts would bombard our planet. Its magnetosphere, 14 times stronger than Earth's, would ignite our atmosphere in a spectacular, deadly aurora, frying all global power grids. A solar eclipse by Jupiter would completely redefine darkness. Because of its sheer gargantuan width, the sun would vanish not for minutes, but for several consecutive days, plunging the world into a freezing, dark winter. From the safety of deep space, the paradox is complete. The night sky would become an arena of supreme cosmic majesty, and the ultimate countdown to our planet's destruction. In the grand design of the universe, beauty and danger walk hand in hand. The furry for watching. Thank you for watching.